Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm glad that you found us here on YouTube for survivors post Narcissist, and we're starting to get quite a tribe of survivors together because we can all kind of find solace and support each other on channels like this, because it is really hard to explain to other people about what it's like to be in a relationship with a narcissist or discarded with a narcissist, or you're trying to explain to people the abuse that took place, because in many incidences it didn't look like abuse. Not till much after, much later after the discard, and you're looking back on it and you're trying to explain to people why it was so bad. If you were with a narcissist that was very abusive, either, physically or verbally, or, those are easier to convey to people. But when it was just psychological abuse, it's hard to explain. It's hard to pinpoint. And just to reiterate one of the earlier videos I made, what a relationship with a narcissist can be like on the inside initially will not look like abuse. And I after my discard, I was able to sum up like the metaphor of my narcissist husband was a shark and I was the octopus, and we were, I tell people we were so in love. We didn't care if we were different, and we were different. I wasn't vegan, he was, we were both into fitness, but we had a lot of differences, the way we looked at the world, but it didn't matter because we were so in love, right? But I look at it, well, a narcissist is like a shark, and sharks need to be fed. They need fuel, they need to be fed. And when you're an octopus with a shark, the shark will ask its octopus to please let me eat one of your arms. But in real life, this usually comes with, for example, there came a point in my relationship, my narc wanted me to quit my day job. I was working for a bank, I was doing corporate lending, and he wanted me to quit so I can go full time with him on his YouTube channel that we had been working on for the last few years together. So, and I was getting very overworked. I felt like I had 2 or 3 jobs already with his YouTube channel, and he can see that I was getting strung out, and he made it seem like, we're doing this for you. You're going to quit your job, your corporate job, with all the benefits and all the money that you make there, and don't worry, it's going to be great. But so I did. I left my very, very, cushiony job to go off with him with one of his grandiose ideas. And this is what narcissists do. They're such salesmen, saying everything is going to be so great. Follow me. We're in this together, So, that was a big sacrifice for me to quit my job. And I look at it as my shark wanting to eat one of my arms. But, even though I think it's going to be, hard and damaging, but I love them, right? The octopus loves the shark, doesn't want to see the shark hungry or in pain, and it's begging you. And of course, you're going to make this sacrifice for them, and you give them one of your arms. And the shark is so happy and loves you so much, and tells you how beautiful you are with your 8 arms, and even though you have 7 now, you're even more beautiful now, right? It feels like that. But as time goes by, the shark is going to get hungry again, and he's going to want to eat one of your arms. And this time it'll come in, the way of, let's sacrifice your car, or can you please buy me this car for this project I want to do. And I did. I bought him a car. He wanted to be this environmentalist, and he didn't have good credit, so I bought him a Nissan Leaf. And God, it was an expensive car. So I'm like, I don't know if I want to buy this. This is really, like, they just came out and they were so expensive. And he's talking about, but don't worry, all the money that we're going to make from YouTube when people see us living like this, lifestyle. Like, he really needs this. So, like, that's the shark getting hungry and wanting to eat another one of my arms. So I have to drive an old beat up car. I have to go a few years without getting a car for myself, and I get him a car. And of course, all we're doing is working on YouTube. And time goes by. And that just, it keeps happening that way. Every time he gets this new idea or a new project he needs funding for, or he needs my time for, and I have to sacrifice anything that I want to do just to follow him to go and do this stuff. But he loves me the whole time. He, like, we're in this together forever. I mean, he makes it seem like everything is so perfect all the time. And I always tell people, and until it comes down to when the shark gets hungry again, but you only have one arm left, and that's when he discards you and finds a new octopus with all 8 arms to eat that he can love, and he just leaves you broken. He took everything from you, and you're left. Well, who's gonna want me now? I only have one arm. And when you wouldn't give him that last arm, that's when he left you. It's like, but I gave you everything. But it's a shark. They need to eat, and they just look at you. It's like, yeah, but you only have one arm left, and you won't even give me that one. So yeah, I have to leave you. And then you see him off with his new octopus, all in love, right? And the new octopus is just the new supply that he'll probably marry straight away, and she's acting like she's all that because she's got all 8 arms and I've only got one. But she doesn't know, in time he'll start eating her arms too. I'm sorry this is a bit long-winded, but this is it's how it feels like when you're in a relationship with a narcissist, because they're people call them energy vampires, or some sort of vampire, because they're just sucking you dry. But I just saw it as a shark eating my arms, and I'm this octopus that doesn't know how to do anything but give and feel, and then you get left so broken, and just to think what my life would have been like if I had just fell in love with another octopus instead of falling in love with a shark. This wouldn't have happened to me. Octopuses don't eat each other's arms. They're forever holding each other, kind of, and you why did I have to fall in love with a shark? So don't, if you're out there and if you feel like me a little bit and you're just this one-armed octopus, at least you have that one arm. I'm sure some of his old supply, he gave them that last, they would give up their last arm, but then still get discarded. And don't be jealous of the new supply, because that new supply is going to start losing arms too. And the thing is, the shark will always be a shark. They're not ever going to be an octopus. They're a shark, and they don't change. And they're forever hungry and forever moving, looking for something to eat. They have one thing that they want to do and eat, and that's eat. Look for food. That's all they're good for. So, and it's just one of the ways that I try to kind of explain to people of what happened in the relationship. It was love. Like, I know that we were in love, at least I was. But I have my one arm left. A lot of times when I write notes to myself in my journal, sometimes if I'm writing about my narcissist, I'll sign it one-armed octopus, and I'm grateful that I have my last arm. I can, someone will love me even though I have one arm. I have to think that way. But I'd love to hear your guys' take on this and what you think, or how you explain what a relationship with a narcissist is like. Like, how do you explain it to people, or what's your insight? Because everyone has one that's a little bit different, and so I really love reading them, and I'm sure everyone else will too. So thank you guys so much for listening to me as we all come together as a tribe here as we move forward post Narcissist.